Welcome back, guys, to another episode of After All. So good to see you all out there. I know, I heard Jediah was out of quarantine. I was just wondering how he felt. If you guys hadn't heard, Jediah got sick with the lurgy. That's a reference probably no one will get unless you're British or you have a British background. But anyways, I think he's out of quarantine now, so yay! And Kayla somehow, just like the immune system of immune systems. Way to go, girl. Yeah, so here we are, another episode of After All. We are going to be doing some Bible study tonight, some worship with Lexi, and playing a game at the end. We may have some new people on the stream. Welcome. Glad you guys could make it. I know we have some veterans. If you do not have the ability to chat with us, we won't really know that you're there. I mean, I see a view count, but how do I know who that is? So make sure you're chatting with us so that we can see you guys, talk to you guys, get some communication going both ways. Yeah. So, first things first, let's look into God's Word. We have been looking through the book of Exodus on Thursday nights. Last week we did chapter 9. This week we're in chapter 10. If you don't know Exodus well, Exodus is a book that starts out with the Israelites in slavery in Egypt, and God rescues them. God uses Moses and Aaron to go get them out of Egypt. He also uses a lot of plagues, and that's where we're at tonight. In chapter 10 of Exodus, we are looking at the part where God takes the Israelites out using the plagues to convince Pharaoh to let them go. I'm gonna go ahead and center my head over here. There we go. I know, most heads come that way. Mine does not. I have to actually, like, make it centered. Hey, it's Gavin! How's it going, Gavin? You should come to Liberate. I saw you signed up. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Also, if you guys have ideas on how to make our Among Us game at Liberate work better, let me know. I did get the buzzer. I would show it to you, except I left it at church. I had it like there in preparation for Saturday. We even have like the smack the button emergency meeting thing, and I recorded the real sound effect into it. It's going to be hilariously fun. I think I'm going to set it on top of the bullhorn, and when you smack it, the sound will echo out through the bullhorn. It'll be great. Anyways, so if you have suggestions on how to make the game better, let me know. I already have some thoughts. Jeremiah had some thoughts after that last one, and yeah. Oh yeah, Peach says running. Hey, the other one Jeremiah thought of, which I thought was kind of cool, is that you've got to show your stowaway card to actually have the effect of getting someone out. You can't just tag them. And then the one Jeremiah was also trying to think of was, how do you could you get people from a distance? So like, rather than running up and tagging, you just like whoosh, show the card to them. And I'm not sure I'm sold on that one yet, so maybe someone can think of a middle ground solution. I don't know, not really sure yet. But anyways, it was a lot of fun. It took way too long. Way too long. So I think we need to make it easier for both sides to win. So it needs to be easier for everyone to complete all the tasks, and then it needs to be easier for the stowaways to get everybody. So I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think if we just do a lot more stowaways and then less tasks, it will be easier for both sides to win, which should shorten the game and make it like really fast. So yeah, she totally was. She was playing like a loner strategy. She didn't trust anyone, and so everyone took that as meaning she was untrustworthy. It's a very nuanced game. It's very, very weird, but it was a lot of fun. We just need to make it go shorter. That one and only round we played on Saturday took over an hour to play. One round. Over an hour. I could not have imagined that coming true. I could not have imagined. Would not have played it as it was. Anyways, we are meaning to get into the Bible. So if you have your Bible with you, you can turn to the book of Exodus, chapter 10. If you don't, you can read on screen. Handy dandy. I made the font nice and big for you. So here we go. Exodus chapter 10, a plague of locusts. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Return to Pharaoh and make your demands again." This is not the first time Moses had said, "Let my people go." He is asked many times by now. I have made him and his officials stubborn so I can display my miraculous signs among them. I've also done it so you can tell your children and grandchildren about how I made a mockery of the Egyptians and about the signs I displayed among them. And so you will know that I am the Lord. Remember that in this period of time, places like Egypt, places like Canaan, where they're going to be headed back to soon, they didn't just worship a different god, they worshipped a multitude of different gods. Depending on where you were in the world at this point in history, it would have been normal either to have a pantheon, a whole slew of gods, each one for a different purpose, a different part of nature, or it would be common to have a god for each small plot of land. So each town might have its own god, each, county-sized plot might have its own god. And so when God does this, he is picking out particular miracles, particular acts of God. That's what insurance companies call it now. That were ascribed to the many gods that were there in Egypt. And in some cases, those first ones were miracles ascribed to the power of Pharaoh, because Pharaoh was held up like a god at this point in time. And to see God really take control of things that supposedly Pharaoh was in control of, to see him take control of things that supposedly some other god in their pantheon was in control of, wasn't just like a punishment, it was a teaching moment. It was showing all of Egypt and Israel, these other gods you've invented, this power you've claimed that Pharaoh has, it's all fake. It's all fake. And look, I, the God of Israel, I'm not fake. I'm real. And so he's not just throwing 10 different punishments at some people because the king's stubborn. There's way more going on than that. He wants people for generations to remember, oh yeah, all your gods have magicians that can do little party tricks. But Israel, they have a God that means business. He's for real. All right, verse 3. So Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and said, "This is what the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, says. How long will you refuse to submit to me? Let my people go so they can worship me. If you refuse, watch out, for tomorrow I will bring a swarm of locusts on your country. They will cover the land so that you won't be able to see the ground. They will devour what little is left of your crops after the hailstorm, including all the trees growing in the fields. They will overrun your palaces and the homes of your officials and all the houses in Egypt. Never in the history of Egypt have your ancestors seen a plague like this." Like this one. And with that, Moses turned and left Pharaoh. Moses didn't even expect an answer anymore. Pharaoh had said no so many times. He'd seen all the miracles and still said no. Moses, he's just accepting that Pharaoh's going to be stubborn. And so he gives him the chance. I mean, like, Pharaoh could have stopped him and like, hey, wait, I'll let your people... But he doesn't do that. Verse 7. Pharaoh's officials now came to Pharaoh and appealed to him. "How long will you let this man hold us hostage? Let the men go to worship the Lord their God. Don't you realize that Egypt lies in ruins?" Okay, so at this point, the request that Moses started with was not, "Let my people leave their slavery," not, "Let my people go for good." His request was just, "Let us have a holiday." Like, that's kind of it. Like, let us go out into the wilderness, worship God, make some sacrifices, praise his name, separate from you, no work for a day or two as we travel, and then we'll come back. That's not that big of a request. After hundreds of years of slavery, to have a few days off is not a big deal. And yet, Pharaoh says no to that. Pharaoh saying no to days off to your God, but who exactly will be going with you? Moses replied, "We will all go, young and old, our sons and daughters, and our flocks and herds. We must all join together in celebrating a festival to the Lord." Pharaoh retorted, "The Lord will certainly need to be with you if I let you take your little ones. I can see through your evil plan." Never! You just kind of like imagine the emperor saying it. "Only the men may go and worship the Lord, since that is what you requested." So, yeah, you can look in the finer words, but essentially you can twist the words to mean he only wanted, like, some of the people to go, but he wants all of them to go. And Pharaoh threw them out of the palace. So what is Pharaoh saying? Pharaoh's saying, "You're a liar, Moses. You're going to get out into the desert, and instead of sacrificing, you're just going to keep going. You're just going to run away." So Pharaoh says, no. You want to take everyone because you're ditching me. And Moses doesn't really refute this. I know they want to leave, but, Moses is a man of his word. God definitely keeps his word. And so if he asked for permission to leave for a few days, that's what they would have done. Then the Lord said to Moses, verse 12, raise your hand over the land of Egypt to bring on the locusts. Let them cover the land and devour every plant that survived the hailstorm. So Moses raised his staff over Egypt, and the Lord caused an east wind to blow over the land all that day and through the night. When morning arrived, the east wind had brought the locusts, and the locusts swarmed over the whole land of Egypt, settling in dense swarms from one end of the country to the other. It was the worst locust plague in Egyptian history, and there has never been another one like it. For the locusts covered the whole country and darkened the land. They devoured every plant in the field and all the fruit on the trees that had survived the hailstorm. Not a single leaf was left on the trees and plants throughout the land of Egypt. Holy cow. This is bad. Now, I don't know if you guys know about locusts, but locusts are probably one of the strangest creatures in the animal kingdom. Locusts start out their lives as grasshoppers, just like normal grasshoppers. And certain species of grasshopper, not every species of grasshopper, but certain species of grasshopper, and several, it's not just one either, have the ability, and we don't fully understand what sets it off, but the ability to swarm. And when they do that, they actually go through a second metamorphosis in their life, like beyond the one from nymph to adult. Like they actually go through another metamorphosis, and they change into a locust. But they do not have to do this. It doesn't happen to every grasshopper. In fact, years can go by where grasshoppers stay grasshoppers and they don't swarm. And we have theories. No one's been able to lock it down and say, here's what causes it, here's what happens. But there are locust swarms that happen outside of Bible miracles. Like there are normal, if you want to call it that, locust swarms. But they are still strange because it would be like, a herd of lions getting really hungry and then just deciding we're going to turn into super lions. We're just going to get bigger and grow horns and like it doesn't make any sense. No other animal just suddenly metamorphosizes and across the population. Like every grasshopper in an area does this. That is so strange to think of, whether it be in the insect kingdom or the mammal kingdom or fish or whatever, like that they would stay normal for generations and then all of a sudden they're just going to change into some brand new super version of themselves. It's really weird, okay? It's really weird. We actually used to have locusts here in America. And when I say locusts, I mean grasshoppers that can go locust. We used to have that. And just like, without really trying, the grasshoppers here in America that were able to become locusts got destroyed. They went extinct. I forget what it is, like Rocky Mountain grasshopper. I think that's close to the name, if that's not the name. It went extinct. Farmers were just trying to kill them because even as a grasshopper, they were a pest. They didn't even realize there was a link, because at that point in history, we still didn't understand that locusts are just grasshoppers on steroids. Like we just thought it was a whole different animal. And we didn't really get why they only came around once in a while. So other parts of the world, though, still have them. And they're nasty, crazy things that just, like, eat everything. The description here is not unlike what people experience nowadays. The difference is the size of the swarm. Now, the swarms can cover a huge swath of land, but usually there's a little space between each critter. And, the swarm isn't infinitely sized. Usually it's not an entire country. It just seems like it because they move fast. But what it says here is that the whole country was hit all at the same time. And so that is unlike most swarms. Most swarms can hit a whole country by moving through the country. It's different than hitting the whole country at once. And that's what God does here. All in one day. Boom. The whole country. Okay. Down into verse 16. Pharaoh quickly summoned Moses and Aaron. I have sinned against the Lord your God, and against you, he confessed. Forgive my sin, just this once, and plead with the Lord your God to take away this death from me. We've seen this before. Last week we saw it. We're going to see it again. He changes his mind. But if he can change his mind this quickly, then he can definitely change it right back. So Moses left Pharaoh's court and pleaded with the Lord. The Lord responded by shifting the wind, and the strong west wind blew the locust into the Red Sea. Not a single locust remained in all the land of Egypt, but the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart again, so he refused to let the people go. So he changed his mind back. Big surprise. Verse 21. Then the Lord said to Moses, lift your hand toward heaven, and the land of Egypt will be covered with a darkness so thick you can feel it. So Moses lifted his hand to the sky, and a deep darkness covered the entire land of Egypt for 3 days. During all that time, the people could not see each other, and no one moved, but there was light as usual where the people of Israel lived. Finally, Pharaoh called for Moses. Go and worship the Lord, he said, but leave your flocks and herds here. You may even take your little ones with you. Okay. I want to stop there and just wonder for a second. Did this follow the Israelites around, or was this like where the Israelites lived, that there was light? Can you kind of just picture it? Like on the edge of darkness you can't even see through. You can't see each other through. You see like a glimmer off in the distance, and if you walk that way long enough, you get over to where the Israelite slaves lived, and you see just like a curtain. A line between the light and the dark. But I'm a little curious, like, if an Israelite walks into the darkness, for work, or it's Moses, going to the palace to see Pharaoh, did they have like a shaft of light breaking down from the sky, illuminating just them? I'm curious. Like, I want to know. It doesn't go into the details, and I kind of wish it did. And it would have been really cool to see, like, if Moses walks into the palace and he's just followed around, like, with a spotlight, It would have been awesome. Anyways, finally, verse 24, Pharaoh called for Moses, go and worship the Lord, he said, but leave your flocks and herds here. You may even take your little ones with you. So he breaks down. But then Moses says, no, Moses said, you must provide us with animals for sacrifices and burnt offerings to the Lord our God. All our livestock must go with us too. Not a hoof can be left behind. We must choose our sacrifices for the Lord our God from among these animals, and we won't know how we are to worship the Lord until we get there. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart once more, and he would not let them go. Get out of here. Pharaoh shouted at Moses, I'm warning you, never come back to see me again. The day you see my face, you will die. Not a very good promise. Very well, Moses replied, I will never see your face again. There are moments in a prophet's life where God pushes them to say something that is truly prophetic. It tells something that no one else knew before. It tells something that only God knew. And this is not the end of the story, and yet Moses' words are going to ring true. And that is bad news for Pharaoh, because if, Moses doesn't see Pharaoh's face, that means likewise Pharaoh won't get to see Moses' face. And spoiler, Moses doesn't die right away. It kind of tells you what might happen to Pharaoh. So we talked about it last week, and it's still true. We're still in the midst of the same story. A nation set against God will not stand. God doesn't play on short timetables, and so you're not going to see a nation turn against God and immediately fall over. But you're going to see stumbling in that nation's downward spiral from where they were to where they're going. It's just the way it is. And this isn't just our nation. This is a lot of the nations on this planet. Most of the nations on this planet are turning against God in a very big way. It's a strange way. It's the way that says you can go to church, but don't let anything about God leave that building. It's a way that says, you can follow God privately inside your heart, but don't let it change your actions. Don't be different from our culture. You have to be like us. Even if you say you're following God, we still want it to look like you're not. We still want it to look like you're one of us. And Moses is asking for something very strange, to go and make a sacrifice to God, to leave with everything in preparation, everything you have, just in case God asks for it when you get there. Really putting what God wants first, in front of efficiency, in front of preference, in front of what's convenient, and just saying, we're going to go and we're going to give everything we have to God. We're going to make God first, and everything else comes second. And it doesn't fit in Pharaoh's head. Like, that's not what he wants. That's not what he's willing to do. And so we see a pretty big problem then come out of this. That instead of just saying, you know what, I don't get it, so go ahead, you can, he says, I don't get it, so you can't. That's where we're at right now in our world. When the church wants to do something that the world doesn't understand, the world doesn't shrug and go, all right, well, fine, I don't get it, go for it. The world has now started to say, no, you can't do that, I don't understand. Why would you want to do that? That goes against the way we think, so it must be wrong. What this means is that there's less and less opportunity for the world to see the church's wisdom we have from God, not our own wisdom, but like the wisdom we have from God, and really evaluate it honestly, fairly, really take a look at it and see if God's right. See if he knows what he's talking about. So, oh, hey Janie. Is it bedtime?
Yes,
Come here.
I'm Sleepy Mouse.
I love you.
Oh, my hair looks a bit yellowy.
Yeah, our lights are yellowy. I love you, girl. Get some good rest.
Even the light you made?
Huh?
Even the light you made?
I don't know what you're saying.
The light you made.
Oh yeah, there's lots of lights. No, this one's very white. I didn't turn that one on tonight. I love my girls. Okay. Where are we at? Yeah, I probably beat that point into the ground. Okay, anyways. That's as good an ending as any, right? I lost track of what I was saying, so we'll call that the end. With that, it is now time to turn it over to Lexi. You can see the girls are getting ready for bed. Good night, girls. And here's Lexi.
Hi, my friends. I hope you're all doing good. It is once again time to worship the Lord together, so I'll open us in prayer and we'll get started. God, thank you so much for today. Thank you for this time of worship. Thank you that we can come to you, just pour out our hearts to you. No matter what we have going on in our little worlds and in our individual lives, God, I'm just so grateful that we can lay it down at your feet and just praise your name. We love you. In Jesus' name, amen. You alone are worthy. You alone are worthy of all that I am. Of all that I am, of all that I am, of all that I am. Wonderful is your name, wonderful is your name, Yahweh, Yahweh. You alone are worthy. You alone are worthy of all that I am, of all that I am, of all that I am, of all that I am. Wonderful is your name. is your name. Beautiful is your name, Yahweh. Wonderful, wonderful is your name. Wonderful is your name, Yahweh. 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 I count on one thing, the same God that never fails will not fail me now. You won't fail me now in the waiting. The same God that's never late is working all things out. You're working all things out. Yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Yes, I will. I count on one thing, the same God that never fails will not fail me now. You won't fail me now in the waiting. The same God that's never late is working all things out. You're working all things out. Yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Oh yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Yes, I will, and I choose to praise, to glorify the name of all names, that nothing can stand against, and I choose to praise, to glorify the name of all names, that nothing can stand against. Yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Oh yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Yes, I will for all my days. Yes, I will for all my days. Yes, I will. God, you are so amazing, Father. And I pray that those words would be true as we sing them out to you, God, that no matter what we're going through, no matter what this life brings, Lord, that we would praise your name through it. We would give you all the glory, all the honor, all the praise, all of our lives, God. We love you so much. Once again, we give this time to you. In Jesus' name, amen.
I am currently trying to get this guy back together for Jane. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these. These are stuffed animals that have a hole in the back, and you put a microwavable heat pack inside, and then you try and button them back up. But the buttons are ridiculous. Just the most crazy tiny little piece of elastic, and there's all this long fur around the elastic and the button that keeps getting in the way. I mean, genius idea, poorly executed. It works great. It's just really hard to use. Plus it's hot, so it burns your fingers if you don't get it just right. Ugh. Come on. I know. This is just the best content, right? The youth pastor trying furiously to make a stuffed animal work. Yay, it works. Jane, you want to come get your sloth? Also, he's a sloth, which is just fabulous. All right. Maybe she'll come out and get that. We'll see. Anyways, tonight, a game to play. Oh, Kayla used to have one. Nice. Yeah, I think it was for Christmas. Jane got a sloth. Emma got a hedgehog. Smaller, very cute. Okay. Game time. Oh yeah, we can't do the music anymore. Whoop. I did the music last week, and that's music that was given away for the purpose of using in streams, and then my stream got flagged for using the license-free music, and the video got taken down, which is really sad. So I have to fight that now, but I don't know. I'll have to find different music. Anyways, some giant record label thinks they own that, even though the guy who wrote it is on YouTube and says, "Here, use it. I wrote this." So, whatever. Tonight we were playing a game called Single Letter Switch, Animated Movie Edition. They're pretty much all Disney movies. And I know during the pandemic, a lot of you have been watching, streaming things more. Some of you have Disney Plus, have been dipping back into those old Disney movies in the catalog. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have up some lyrics from a classic Disney movie musical number. And in each word, letters are going to get switched. So, switched out of one. Yeah, I guess that's how it works. So you'll kind of get the gist of it as we go. I'm gonna do my best to make this easy on you guys, and funnier too, because I'm gonna try and sing the broken lyrics using the melody from the real song, because I can see the answers next to the broken lyrics. You guys have to try and be the first one to guess the real lyrics, okay? Oh man, shot you she would, shipping, shimmering, splendid. Yeah, so the letters in the words you're seeing and hearing me sing are all right but one for each word. So each word has a single letter wrong. Does that make sense? You have to come up with the real words. You can't just say Aladdin. You have to actually fix the oh man shot you she would shipping shimmering splendid. You have to fix it. Start typing furiously. I'm not sure I'll be able to sing the notes for all these really, really well, because some of the old Disney songs I know really well because they came out when I was a kid, and then some of the old Disney songs I don't know really well, or not old. Some of the new Disney songs I don't know very well because they came out when I was not a kid. When I was a kid, I used to have all this time in my hands. I'd watch Disney movies several times over. Pretty much every Disney movie that's come out since I've been an adult, no matter how much I liked it, I've probably only seen it once. Yeah, there we go. The tongs both got there pretty much the same time. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Very nice. Classic from Aladdin. Very good. I love the ... from Jediah. Okay, here we go. I King Mom on Isolation. Any Islooms live a Tai Queln. No, I got that tune wrong at the end. That's really bad. Yeah, I don't know that song well enough. I botched it. I'm sorry. I can kind of hear it in my head, but I can't quite sing it. I'll be honest, it's not one of those songs I enjoy singing along to. Aladdin, on the other hand, totally sang along with that when I was a kid. Every single song. But that came out when I was a kid. It's that old. And this one, no. This one's much more recent. I didn't sing along with this. Now, I'll be honest. When I heard this song the very first time in the movie theater, I enjoyed it from a very particular standpoint. And even that first time, I didn't like it so much. But it has been played to death since it came out, and so I'm just done with it. A Kingdom of Isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. You know what? You're close enough. You got like one word wrong. It was really good. Really good. Well done. Okay. Wise would he, tart of than wood. Oh, this is probably the most singing on a recording you're ever gonna get out of me. And it's so stinking hard because I haven't practiced any of these. These are all off the cuff, so I know it probably sounds awful, but hopefully it's just good enough. You guys are gonna hear like the original music in there somewhere, just a little bit to trigger your memory. Wise would he, tart of than wood. I'm not good enough. I don't doubt it. It is also like not the catchiest part of the song because it's not the refrain. This phrasing comes from the end, I think. And so like this part doesn't get sung over and over and over. There's songs that have like the catchy part, you know, and it's like that part that gets sung a bunch of times and everyone knows that part. And then there's this one where it is the title, I think, is why they picked this part of the lyrics. It includes the title of the song. It's still not the way it's sung in the chorus though. So yeah, that's a bummer. Or maybe it is both and I just don't know that part by heart. I don't know. All right, I'm not sure I can give you any more hints. I'll give you like 5 seconds, and then I gotta just go, because otherwise it's gonna get boring. Oh, nope, that's literally what it says mixed up. That's not the answer page. You can't just write what it says. That's the mix-up. Okay, here we go. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's "Wish I Could Be Part of That World." At the very end of the song, there's this kind of like halter gate in the tempo, and it goes, "Wish I could be," and there's a little bit of a pause, and then "part of that world," and she like holds out the note, you know, does it all big and everything. Anyways, that's the part I was trying to do. It's hard, okay? I'm not a vocalist. Okay, let's see if I can do this one. Oh, which part does he say it like that? Okay. Oh gosh, I can only think of the beginning of the song, and he doesn't say it like that in the beginning, so I can't sing it like that. Oh, the most famous one is the one where like I can't hit those notes. Like I can't hit those notes. I'll try it. It'll be hilarious. Right? Like, cause I can't hit these notes. You're getting full warning in advance. It's gonna sound awful. You ready for this? Okay, here we go. Then nope, I'm so far off. Okay, I gotta hum it away from the mic so I don't give it away. Just a second. Then two fish, udano spar, pour creams, some tree. I'm not doing that again. The really sad part is I don't know these songs well enough that, like, if there is more than one part where they say the lyrics, I only really remember, like, the one part. And so there's probably an easier part in the middle of the song, but I only remember the crescendo at the end. This is warm and ready for her if you want to bring it into her. Sorry. Lexi finished worship, like, right before I got done. Oh my gosh. I hope this is fun watching me make a fool of myself, at the very least, even if you can't think of what song this is. I'll see if I can just hum, like, the better known part of the song that I can't think of the words to. Yeah, and Two Fish a Pond. Yeah, everyone knows that song. Does anyone know that one? Maybe that helps. I don't know. I'm having an absolute, like, terrible time of this because I'm not a vocalist and I have a terrible memory for, like, whole songs. And so I am trying to sing the notes from this famous part of a song using these wrong words.
Then two fish udano spar, pour cream some tree.
See, you started doing the middle of the song. Those aren't the lyrics from the middle of the song. It's really, really messy because, like, this part is in the middle and the end, but this part is only at the end when he goes up, and holds that crazy note. So I did that already. You can go back and watch it. It's ridiculous. Yes, it's in every Disney movie since this movie, but it wasn't in the Disney movies before this movie because this isn't the oldest Disney movie. It actually comes from a Disney movie, and now it's on, like, all the Disney movies, and everyone knows it from that. But it's older than that. It is sung by something that can become a locust.
Lay.
What turns into a locust? Oh no, I got that wrong. He's a cousin to the thing that turns into a locust. Dang it. It was almost a total parallel because we did the locust in the Exodus chapter we were in tonight, and then he's close, but he's not the same. It's not the same. It's alright. They're close. Okay guys, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Okay, it's when you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. In the middle of the song, he says, when you wish upon a star, it makes no difference who you are. And that's the part of the music that's super duper famous. But this lyric is when you wish upon a star, your dreams come true, which he only sings, as far as I remember, at the end of the song when he just climb the note. Yeah, it's... I don't know who that man is, but he can sing. Okay, here we go. Here's a new one. If beans too were C's, farty best if sour dads.
Farty best.
Oh. It's so bad. If beans too were C's, farty best if sour dads. Yeah, it's from Lion King. It's from Lion King. Peach knows it. Come on, Peach. What song is it? Come on, you can do it. I love your spelling. Oh, that's great, Gavin. Konomototu.
Sounds African.
That's basically how mixed up this is. Oh, so good, so good. Yeah, so Gavin knows it. He just couldn't spell it. That's okay. It's Hakuna Matata, which, you know what? Konomototu. Close enough. Close enough. And kudos to Peach for knowing it was Lion King. Yeah, the lyrics are, it means no worries for the rest of your days. Very nice, very nice. Okay. This is hard because this is like legit musical status. This isn't like normal singing. This is talk singing, and it's really jolty, and there's not a lot of vowel presses. I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone, but he's like half talking, half singing. So this is gonna be kind of hard to make it sound like music. Yeah, I don't think I can do this one. I'll try and do his voice. Maybe that'll work. But I don't think I can sing this because he's barely singing.
What's this?
You know it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's not really singing. Not like full on singing. Okay. No, not Hamilton. No, this is older. I'll try and do the accent if I don't know if it's gonna come out. It might be really bad. We'll see. This is all ad lib. I didn't prep for any of this. Frato Gustav at Silesius. It's so bad. That's not even a word. How am I supposed to say that? Don't bereave ma. Also, she dies. Dies. Why is it dies? You can't even pronounce that. It'd be because there's 2 syllables in the real world, so it'd be "aso she dighes."
Pardon?
Aso she dighes. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. Okay, you're getting close. No, it's not Gaston. I could probably do his voice like 10 times better. This is made up words in a French accent. I'm bad at both. What do you think it comes from? And remember, Gaston is close. You're close. Who else is in Gaston? Who has a musical number? Come on. Lumiere! Yes! Yes, it is Lumiere! Well done. This is Lumiere's big number. It's be our guest. Yeah, I can't do French, and I certainly can't sing in French. That's never happening. Okay. Oh, this is another good one. Okay, this is a great song, but it's all sung by a girl for the parts we're actually mixing up, and so it's really high notes. It's one of those things where like I can hum it in a falsetto and that's about it. So this is going to sound great. Okay. I ream it a whist, sour here's maims, then poor cast a speep.
That's the speed.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Jane is standing on her bed, wearing her bed sheets as like a Jedi robe.
Lay down.
Oh, 4-year-olds. I ream it a whist, sour here's maims, then poor cast a speep. I'm ruining the end of it. I'm sorry. Emily is way better at this than I am. She's great at both. She can sing and she does nonsense words. She's the full package.
To brag about.
There's never really been a game where you can use both of those talents together.
I'm
A dream in, dream a wish. Yes, you guys are getting it. You know it. You might not know the full name, but you're on it. You've got it. A dream is a wish your heart makes from Cinderella, and the lyrics are a dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. That note at the end is hard for me. It makes me really need to like fall flat because it leans out of my range at the end. So.
Is a sound your bum makes. Then the smell will creep.
She does this all the time. She rewords songs all day, every day. So this game was made for her.
But I use real words.
Why, if then Gillaby, spare sparing stroit basket ma.
You had me at Stroit.
It said stroit. What am I supposed to say? Yeah, it's totally Pinky from Pinky in the Brain. Maybe I can sing it as Pinky. Let's see.
I would love it if you would.
Okay, maybe I'll try. Let's see. Don't make me laugh. This is hard. Wise than Gillaby, sparring stroit, basket more.
Basket weave?
Oh my goodness. Too much fun. Too much fun.
Okay.
We need to be in person. I want to see people laughing because this is just the worst. Please share this video so that my mockery can be used for something. Mulan, Reflection. Yeah, basically Kayla's got it. You guys don't know all the titles, but you're basically dead on. Oh, well, I guess this title's pretty straightforward. You actually did know it. Who is that girl I see staring straight back at me from Reflections from the movie Mulan. Did that make it into live action?
Yes.
It did? Oh, good. Good. That was one of the good ones from, I mean, there wasn't really that many songs. They're pretty much all good.
I should say they redid it.
They redid it. It's not the same.
Because it was not a musical, this film.
Bummer.
It was a pandering, and it was not a good pandering. It was a poor pandering.
Oh, gosh. I can't remember how that opening line is.
My vision is so bad, it looked like it said, can you point to it?
Capucin Sithil she noises if tie countenance. Panlu pains to corpers on we mind. I probably messed that last one up. Let me rehum that. It is Pocahontas. And kudos for getting really close to spelling Pocahontas. I think that basically no one can spell Pocahontas, and we're all just pretending. But you got close. You got all the right letters, they're just not in the right order. It is a Pocahontas song, though. Is it some good mixed words in there? I like that. Capucin Sithil she noises if tie countenance. Panlu pains to corpers on we mind. Can you play the song on the piano? Oh yeah, Colors of the Wind. Good job. Totally got it. Kayla knows her Disney. Well done. Yep. Pocahontas, Colors of the Wind. Okay, good. We're getting into some ones I like after this. This one is another one of those ones that comes from a recent one, so I've only seen it once or twice. Maybe only once and a half. So I don't really know it that well. Of course, it's all in falsetto. It's not just a girl singing this one, it's a young girl. Okay.
Dude,
Well,
give it away.
I got to give him some hints because I'm not going to do a good job.
Hey, give it away now.
I had that one in my head. Now I got that one in my head. Emily's just a music box over here. She just comes up with...
What do you do?
Okay. Thy pine wind I Tosca. Dang it. I can't even read that fast. Thy pine ween Toski meets she sha. If tall my ends to all knobs. Hop car if gops.
Gops.
Gops. How far I'll go. Yeah, good job. It's totally Moana. Good job, guys. Good job. Yeah, that's one of those ones, like, I enjoyed the film. It was really amazing animation, but, like, I'm an adult now. I don't have time to sit around and watch Disney movies. I would enjoy that. I would love that, but too many things going on in life, so I've only seen it once. It makes it hard to get the song. Okay. This is one I grew up watching again and again and again. There was few Disney movies. Maybe Aladdin I watched more. But this is pretty up there. And, like, as far as songs stuck in my head go, this one wins. Like, I don't think there is a Disney song I've had stuck in my head more days in my life than this one. Cook for thy wear necessities, she pimple born necessities.
I haven't even tried.
Well, it's not a word you can really turn into another word, is it?
I'm sure there is.
But you're only allowed to change one letter.
Picking up.
One letter. You can only change one letter.
Oh.
One letter, that's it. You could respell these, but just by looking at them and never hear the music.
See, that makes more sense.
Emily didn't get the game. She missed the part where we started and it explained it all. Yes, it's from Jungle Book. Well done. Does anyone know the song? Bare Necessities. I love this song. I love Baloo. There were few characters that resonated more with me as a young man than the lazy, but had to do the right thing in the end, Bear Baloo. He was the perfect character. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me see if I can figure out which notes this part of the song is, because it's such a small snippet of lyrics. Must whittle whale yacht fork. It's like just the tiniest little snippet of the song. It's not even like a full bar of music.
Yeah, look at this place.
It's unfortunate.
Right.
At least there's big trees.
It's really funny because it's just like this super fancy neighborhood and... Wow.
All right, guys, what do you think? It is. This is the end. We're done. We just have to figure out must whittle whale yacht fork. Must whittle whale yacht fork. Come on.
Obviously.
Must whittle whale yacht fork. Just whittle whale yacht fork. And then it goes up a bar, or up a octave. Because they're not singing anymore. And you can just fly through the octaves like that. If they're not singing, what are they doing? Maybe they're whittling. Maybe you guys haven't seen these old ones. Ah, good job, Gavin. Gavin got it. It's whistle while you work. Okay, guys, that's the end of our games. And that is the end of After All. I love you guys. I hope you're having a great week. Hit me up in the chat. You can ask for my number. I'll just stick my number up. Text me if you need a question answered, if there's something weird and tricky in the Bible, if you need prayer for something, if you have a question, anything, anytime, just text me. I would love to hear from you guys. Love to pray for you. Love to answer a question you might have. And yeah, if you want to meet face to face, be at Liberate on Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. Outside the church. We're just off to the left of the building. And oh yeah, we give out free donuts if you bring your own Bible. So bring your Bible. And we'll be there. We'll study. We'll play games. We're going to try and play a fixed-up-ish version of our Among Us game from last week. We're studying through the book of Luke. It's a really good time. I think there's usually around like 20, almost 30 of us. So lots of room. We're outside. Totally safe. We do let you guys go in one at a time and use the restroom in case you have to pee, because it's like 3 hours. So there's that amount of indoors, but the rest is all outside. So anyways, hope to see you guys there, 1 to 4. Please RSVP if you're coming. Go sign up at CCChico.com/liberate. And with that, I will see you guys next week on the next episode of After All. Bye.